So up next, I got a playmaker from Overfelt. They beat Westmont, and they handled them. So, but I think it was a close game, but they edged them out. And I wanted to make sure I talked to one of their team captains. I couldn't get a hold of Makaya, but I got.
My name is Quinton Togiai. I go to Overfelt High School, and I'm a DN and running back, and I'm class of 2023.
Oh, you're a Niners fan, huh?
Yeah.
What'd you think of the new move with Christian McCaffrey going to the Niners?
I think it was a good move. A lot of people was doubting it, but I think it's a good move. I
Yeah.
mean, he is injury prone, but I mean, he is on a better team, I feel like. And so he can keep, he can keep more healthy than he was at the Panthers.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm a Stanford fan. Well, I'm a Bay Area football fan, and I watched McCaffrey go through Stanford and did a whole Heisman thing, and
Yeah.
that was
He seemed
a fun time.
He seemed excited too. And his
Yeah.
dad was too.
Well, his dad played for the Niners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I did a little intro. You're 6'2", 225 or 6'2", 220?
I'm 6'1", 6'1", 220.
220. Okay, man. So I'm glad you came. You came by. We've been doing this all season, and
Yeah.
I think that this whole thing with the prediction.
I know that we took it really personally. It was to the point where at practice we wasn't even playing music. We was playing that video on a loop and just the whole time.
No way.
Yeah, we
That's
took offense.
awesome.
We worked so like the hardest we've ever worked off season, and it just felt like it felt disrespectful to our hard work, and like it was discrediting us. But at the end of the day, it's still a prediction. It's not like it really doesn't affect us like physically. So we just kept moving on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad you guys pulled it off. It wasn't anything personal.
Yeah.
I think what it was is like for me, I'll tell you from my perspective. I mean, I kind of know a few of the Westmont guys, so it was kind of like more like
Yeah.
okay, well, I know them a little bit more, and I only saw you guys one time, and that was against Santa Teresa, and unfortunately, you guys did not have a good game that week, and I'm like, well, if I'm gonna base it on what I saw, Westmont might be the one to win this. But no, I mean, I totally get it. I'm glad that you actually reached out to me to I don't even know what you said, but you don't have to apologize for anything.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was a fair opinion because I mean, if you do look at the videos, you guys were following up with Westmont more, so I kind of understood where
Yeah.
where the prediction came from, and it was just it was understandable.
Yeah. No, I'm glad. I mean, you guys are doing well. The program's been doing well for the last few years with Coach Meningo over there. Let's do this. Let's start with you. This is interviews for you. We want to get to know you. So give us tell us your story of how you ended up playing football and pretty much like your athletic background.
So when I was five, my parents just growing up just put me through a lot of different sports. I started off with soccer, and then I ended up with baseball, and then it was rugby, and then there was football, and then football is the one that really stuck with me. So I've been doing it since I was 5. And when I started off high school, I was actually at Piedmont Hills. We used to live in that area, but we moved back to my house over here, and we're like 5 minutes away from Overfelt. And when I made the move, it was scary because I didn't want to do something I regretted.
Mm-hmm.
But my sophomore year, Coach Carlo put me up in varsity, and I was really nervous. I was playing with my brother, and it was just very there was just a lot of big people in my opinion, but Coach Carlo is the one who showed me. Um, he helped me put in perspective how big I was with those kids too, because I kind of undermined my own size, and I made a lot of good friends at Overfelt. There's a lot of good people that I know it will be lifelong friends. A lot of just a lot of lessons that I learned at Overfelt that I don't think I would have learned anywhere else. And I just really thank Coach Carlo for helping me and putting me like on the map basically, because he did do recruiting for me, and there's a lot that he provided for me and my family, and I'm just very grateful for him.
No, that's awesome, man. I know a few people that actually played with Coach Carlo, and I know he was an animal back in the days. So you have a really
Yeah,
good mentor there.
young too.
Has he shown you his highlight reel?
Yeah, and his little brother, um, Joe, he went to Berkeley, and he has a school record right now for most tackles in a game, most tackles I think in 1 year too. So he's just always pushing me every day.
I think one of the main things of when you play a sport and you play under a coach who went through the fire and have all that experience, and that's a huge benefit. So
Yeah,
from what I've seen over the past years, that I mean, we I'll be honest, we don't see a lot of Overfelt, but when we do, it's like you can tell there's a different feel, versus some
yeah,
other school. And he's been doing a great job with you guys, like you said, recruiting wise. I mean, I see what you guys I see glimpses of it like on social media. So your journey from when you were a sophomore on varsity to now, um, talk about some of the lessons that you've learned along the way. That's not necessarily football related, but like,
yeah.
more like the life lessons that you've learned like over the last 2-3 years.
One thing that he did stress out a lot was sportsmanship and just how you treat others. Um, growing from a sophomore to I am now. I was hot headed. I was hot headed as a sophomore, and he showed me that you don't have to put your hands up at every given moment. It's just you let your work do the talking for you, and that's something that I really thank him for, because I'm gonna be honest, it was not working well for me, because it was just it just live in a different light now.
Man, well, coach is calm too, right? I mean, he's not like
Well,
I mean, there are coaches that like yell, 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 but he
yeah,
seems like a really calm guy and like
yeah.
focused.
Refs do hate him though. That's one thing. Refs do hate him. If he sees something, he'll
He'll,
let him know.
yeah,
Yeah, but he always says, just do it for the right reason. Don't do it just because you want to start a problem or anything. If you want to fight, you got to do something for a good cause. And like sophomore year, it showed a lot, because I did end up getting a chop block to the leg that really like took me out, and they didn't call it. And
oh
that's the first
wow.
time I see my coach go to bat for me. And that's just he teaches a lot about brotherhood, and I feel like that's kind of why our team is where we are at right now, is because instead of playing just with each other, we're playing for each other.
Yes.
And I think it's a lot to do with the coaching and how they brought us up.
Nice. Well, I've talked to a lot of 2023 athletes, and one of the things that I always kind of bring up, just to kind of like get your thoughts on it, it's like, I mean, your class went through a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
You had the fires when you were a freshman, you had COVID, and then you had a little bit more COVID your junior year, and then now your senior year, and it seems like everything's going good. So we're set for this year. But what kind of adversity did you have to deal with, and how did you overcome that situation when everybody was going through, that whole COVID thing and home what is it, distance learning?
Yeah. COVID did cause a lot of it caused a lot of problems, but I did adjust well to it. It was the distance learning was kind of my speed too. Um, even and for football, we lost a lot of people. I think our team had like 22 people or 20 something people. We didn't have
Wow.
that much people, and it moved me out of position. I was supposed to go in as originally as a DN and just a running back or just as a fullback, but he I had to play other positions. My older brother had to go down to line after being a running back and linebacker for a lot of years, and just seeing one thing that really helped though was I went through it with my brother, and I feel like most of the reason why I am the player I am right now is because I had good examples growing up. My two older brothers were good defensive players, and not only just like on the field, but just the way they carry themselves. And so a lot that I learned growing up, being the one of the youngest in my family, is just it carried on, and it helped me adjust during the pandemic, and even after, like just picking it up and just nonstop working. Because at the beginning of the pandemic, I was heavy. I was, I think, almost 240, but now
You
I'm
leaned out.
215.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So you have older siblings that actually that also played football before you,
yeah.
and so you have some people in your life that you kind of followed, and some examples. So, but as far as football, what is your goal after this year? Um, how is the recruiting part going, academics and all that stuff?
I have a 3.0 right now. And just during the summer, I did kind of feel like I was overlooked by a lot of colleges, but I don't blame them because there are a lot of people out and trying to get a scholarship. But I'm still working towards my scholarship. One school I really do want to go to is University of Hawaii. They have a really good kinesiology program, and I'm kind of trying to look past football too. Just something that I could lean on, to benefit me and financially and everything. So yeah, I think U of H is one of the schools that I really want to go to, and I'm still working like really hard to get there.
Well, I have no doubt, one of these days something's gonna turn out. Tell me about that flag in the background, man. I noticed you have a
Oh yeah, I'm 100% someone.
nice.
Uh, just growing up, there's a lot of rules, very strict on like manners and everything. And yeah, that's basically what it taught me, my heritage and everything.
I recognize it because I was at Sarah. They had a Polynesian day and they had all the
Yeah.
flags displayed, and so I was like, oh, I gotta ask them about that. How do you how do you exactly like pronounce your last name? I just want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Uh, we just it's pronounced Togiai.
Togia.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. First try. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of, even our own announcer can't even get it.
Yeah, it's tough to pronounce some of the Polynesian names. But tell me about your team this year. I know one of the things that we exchanged, the messages that we exchanged earlier. Yeah, I asked you, hey, talk about your team. Tell me about your team, your playmakers, your dogs, and you know
So
who's doing
one thing
what.
I really like about this year is I really love my team. There's last year I did carry a huge load of just carrying the ball up the middle, and this year there's a lot more trust in my team. What I love about my team is that you can't really just key one player, because if you key one player, then there's the other one's gonna shine. Or there's a lot more others. It starts even from our line and to our skills. If you was to key on John Stowers, Donovan's just gonna run it up the middle. we keyed on Donovan. We're just going to throw it to Walter. Cover Walter. We're just going to throw it to Thias, and it just there's a lot of people that are like really talented that I really love about this team. And on defense, our defense is really good too. There's just a lot of people filling in gaps, and we run really deep. Even though we still are a small team in numbers, but in size and just people who are capable of doing multiple positions. That's where we
Yeah, that's key. I saw a little bit of the stuff that was posted, and I know Star Wars is like he could play, man. I mean, you
that
guys,
dude.
yeah,
He's gonna be something.
he's a senior too now, right?
Nah, he's a junior.
Oh,
He's
he's a
young.
junior. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. We get him one more year.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know
I'm
Micaiah.
feeling he's gonna really make a name for himself, and he's already doing it right now. And that's I'm really proud of him.
Nice. No, man. I think, the consistency with your school and your coaching staff is what's really, working. And,
Yeah,
when you have leadership like yourself and, some of the other guys that you mentioned, I mean, the brotherhood, like you said, that's a strong bond that can carry you guys through adversity. Tell me about the remaining of the remaining schedule. I know you guys. I think you have Sobrado, or is it
yeah. The
Gunderson?
Brothers are our last game.
Sobrado's your last game. Is that senior night or?
Senior night for them. My senior night's this week actually.
Oh, this week against Gunderson, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So since we're in the subject of senior night and wrapping up the regular season, because I know you guys are going to go playoffs. Who do you want to thank, man? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people in your life that made a difference so
yeah.
far.
Um, like it was a huge change and in speed, just changing over to Overfelt because I'm gonna be honest, I'd never thought about college before I came over, and that's because it's just like something no one really pushed me for. And Coach Carlo, he saw something in me, and he pushed for me every day, and he showed me, took me to Berkeley. He took me to he paid for me and a couple of guys to go to San Diego State for a college camp.
Nice.
He paid for our San Jose State camp. He took me to San Jose State too, and I'm really thankful for him for giving me an opportunity to just see past high school because he didn't let me just think of just high school and just it's over after that. And I'm really thankful for him too. I'm also thankful for my parents for being so very patient with me because school isn't the easiest thing for me, but they always push me every day, and even if I wasn't thinking about college, I know they would support me with whatever I would do, and I'm really thankful and I'm really grateful for them being just very patient and flexible with me because I know I'm not really easy to handle, but they made it work and it gave me a new outlook in life, to appreciate the stuff that I have, like the people around me, and yeah, it's just I'm really thankful for just all three of them, my parents and Coach Carla, because they really have an impact. They really had a really big impact on the way I look in life.
That's awesome, man. Well, if you were to talk to your eighth grade self, what would you say, and what would be the main advice that you would give yourself?
The main thing I would stress out was to not take school lightly because I did start off really badly with school in high school, and it's because I didn't really take it seriously until when it really got down to like progress reports and everything. But I know it hurt. I know it hurt. What it hurt just looking back on it. And if I was to like advise myself in eighth grade, I would just stress out the importance of school and how far it could really get you.
Nice. I think that's an advice that can be passed on to current eighth graders, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times teenagers, you guys go through the same stuff anyway.
Yeah.
And so no, that's awesome, man. I think this conversation is very valuable. I think I thank you for reaching out, because I mean that says a lot about you. You know, you're a team leader, you're a captain, you're going places, you have goals in life. Um, you're very grateful for the people that have made the difference in your life, and man, I can't wait to see you guys move forward and get into that playoffs and start knocking down other teams.
We got
Any
hitters on our team too.
Yeah. Any shout out to your fellow Overfelt Royals? Come on, man, you got to
There's
mention
my
some names.
there's one person I didn't mention, but he's a really big hitter is Micaiah.
That's what
He's
I
not too
say.
big
Yeah,
to deliver a punch.
he
And
uh he, he played for
Walter Smith.
our he played Micaiah played for our Heroes 7-on-7 team. Uh,
Yeah, he's really good.
yeah, he's got a really good reaction to the ball and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that he too can go to the next level. At least don't give up on the dream. And
Yeah.
I think this is I think this is good that we got to talk, because now I know a little bit more about Overfelt. I know a
Yeah.
lot more about you.
Yeah.
I think sometimes with Twitter and some of these things that are going on, there's miscommunication or misinterpretation. But like I said,
Yeah.
this was an opportunity to get connected, not
Yeah.
to stay disconnected.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from this conversation. So anything else you want to add, man? I mean, if you were to talk to Jim Harbaugh was at the game yesterday that I was. I mean, if you were to talk to a college coach and give a scouting report about yourself, what would you say?
One thing that I take pride in is I'm very much coachable. I do take what the coaches says, and I really I incorporate it, and just I take it in, and I don't take it personal. Um, yeah, that's basically it. I am coachable. If there is something that I don't know, or haven't done yet, I'm always willing to learn. And yeah, I just really think my ability to learn is just what carries on, to why I'm a really good player. And yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm glad we got connected, man. You got my contact. Feel free to reach out if you ever need any advice or help when it comes to highlight reels and video making, all that stuff. That's kind
Yeah.
of like my expertise. And I'm sure this we can utilize this piece to get yourself out there. And sometimes it's cool for coaches to see you and hear you talk
Yeah.
without pads, talking about life and goals and all that stuff. Because after all, I mean, football doesn't last that long, and you
Yeah.
need to have a really good head on your shoulder, and that's huge, man. So
Just a lot that Overfelt's been wanting to put out there, like a message. And I just thank you for giving me this platform to just put us on the map, or just you know just let everyone know that we're here.
yeah, and you guys are doing a really good job. It's the coaching staff, the school. I know, like, there's some schools have more resources than others, but it seems like you guys are maximizing what is available to you. And like you
Yeah.
said, Coach Carlo, he's all in on you guys, and I've heard a lot of really really good things about him, and I've seen the work speaks for itself, right? And so no,
Yeah.
man, I think it's great. Sometimes all it takes is that one athlete to get out, and all of a sudden that will start a trend for the future. And so
Yeah.
you guys are doing something special there.
Yeah.
Definitely. So
Yeah. Thank you for having me, though.
no, man, Thank you. You're the one who reached out. So
Yeah.
as soon as I saw your message, I was like, wow, you know, this is different from the other ones that I've been getting all day.
Yeah, nah, I know it was annoying because you know our football page, and then the comments, and then Twitter, and I know, I just felt like you know we were kind of going too far with that, you know.
Yeah. No, hey, but honestly though, what you did is very mature, and that will stand out. So now, every time I think about Overfelt football, and you, I have a story to tell.
Thank you.
It's a great story. It's a great example to mention to other athletes, because for us, like we have our own 7-on-7 teams, and so last year was a different experience to where like I was able to kind of be around student athletes in a different situation, not like this, but more like they're working with me, I'm working with them, and I'm working with coaches, and so you know you learn a lot of these things, and as you go. So, but yeah, man, I mean, class of 2023, you know, I congratulate you ahead of time for a lot of the accomplishments that's coming your way. I think Hawaii needs to watch this video. I'm gonna make sure that it gets there some way, somehow, because it's always good to have a student athlete, you know, verbalize what they actually want. And why would you not want somebody who wants to go to your school? That's how I see it. So, but yeah, man, let's keep in touch. All right. And I'll see you guys probably in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Man, this year went by fast. So, all right. I will talk to you soon. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.